What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, October 11th. In today's video, we got to talk about the recent headline regarding that 99% of NFTs are worthless. So if that is true, what is the top 1%? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you what that top 1% is, in my opinion. Now, these founders have delivered a lot to their communities, and that's super important because during a bear market, we've seen a lot of different NFT collections and their founders either head into a bear trend or their founders have left their communities left hanging on a thread, literally on thin ice. But these founders have consistently delivered, not just in the bear market, but literally have transformed the way that we take NFTs, build communities, and deliver in real life products, something that we've never seen before, even in the 2021 bull run for NFTs. So could we expect a huge bull run for these NFT collections coming up? Well, let's cover it all on this video. So with that said, let us go ahead and continue. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So again, we have to talk about the article that was released regarding the NFTs are actually worthless. Now, it accurately said that there's around 95%, not really 99%, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But this 95% actually came from an article by Dap Gamble, and it was basically kind of misleading because basically people were pretty judgmental regarding this landscape because, again, when they say that 95 or 99% of the NFTs are worthless, was because there are a ton of NFT collections out there. And who better to explain that? No other than Gary Vee himself. Now, this is the first founder that we're going to be talking about and his NFT collections. Now, in this actual video clip of him being interviewed on the streets, this is an interview of Gary explaining what is it with trading cards, what is it with NFTs and artwork. Why are 99% of these things worthless? Well, basically he was saying that, you know what, if you look at art, say for instance, yes, 99% of artwork out there in the world is worthless, but say for instance the 1% such as Andy Warhol, maybe Basquiat, or any other infamous artist, those top 1% are timeless. They are here with us forever. And that even goes for collectible trading cards for NFTs as well. And so when people say 99% of NFTs are worthless or 95% of NFTs are worthless, basically that is true in some fact, but that should help guide you to hunt for the top 1% of those collections. And so we got to talk about Gary in a little bit, because if you go to Gary's Twitter page, he actually runs an NFT collection called VaynerFriends. And VaynerFriends has two different collections, which we will talk about in a little bit. But let's talk about the in real life products that he's delivered. So one of the things that he's actually done is give back to his community during the bear market. And here's a great example. So his friend Adam Rips, who is the head of collectibles over at VaynerFriends Cards, and also Gary Vee, who is the founder and CEO of VaynerFriends NFT collection and also VaynerFriends collectible cards, they tend to give free things to their community, such as like literally collectible trading cards that are graded by CGC or PSA, which are grading services out there in the world that really authenticate the authenticity of an in real life product such as cards. So they literally will have live streaming podcasts on their actual website, and what they'll do is they'll literally give free stuff, a ton of free things. If it's cards, if it's pins, they will give it live on air. And again, this is during a bear market. But also let's talk about their collaborations, because not only are they giving free things away literally online, but they also have partnerships, say for instance with Crocs. So right now Crocs is partnering up with VaynerFriends to have these limited edition collectibles where they can get these little pins and connect it to their Crocs. This is just a recent announcement that they've had, but they've also had announcements with their partnership with Mattel. So they have their Skelly character from their VaynerFriends NFT collection and also on their VaynerFriends collectible cards, and they partnered up with Skeletor to create like this little mini toy series and also some animated shorts, which is kind of cool in my opinion. So that's just a little bit of what they're doing. But also if you go to VaynerFriends, they have VaynerFriends Series 1, VaynerFriends Series 2, but if you go to their VaynerFriends Twitter page, they have consistent updates, which is really nice because it just goes to show how big their community is. They also have Halloween pins, like I mentioned before. They have limited edition stickers. I mean, it's just nonstop. And they also have an event coming up for VCon that's happening in August of 2024. And that is to highlight not just different speakers from all different walks of life, from CEOs from Uber or different companies, in the beverage area, in the clothing sector, and also celebrities as well. On top of that, they have a little side thing where they have VaynerFriend collectible card competitions, which is really, really cool. So if you haven't already, be sure to join VCon if you want to find out all that information regarding on the speakers, because this is going to be really exciting. It's going to happen here in LA. So let's talk about the very first NFT collection that I want everybody to look at, because again, this is the top 1%. So right now, VaynerFriends is hovering around 1.75 Ethereum just based on Blur, but I'm actually seeing it here for 1.8. So that's what the NFT collection is. Apparently, if you buy the Series 1 NFT collection, you'll get free admission to the new VCon that's happening in August of 2024. I don't know if it's going to allow you to have free admission to the next or following events in 2025 and 2026, but that's what we know right now. And also you get exclusivity to get pre-sale orders on anything that they have collaborations with, so that you can snatch these pre-sales before anybody else does. And then there's also Series 2 collection, which is hovering around 0.1 Ethereum. So it's a little bit more cost effective for people to enter in case you don't want to spend 1.7 Ethereum, so you can spend a little bit less than that using these Series 2 NFTs. And definitely these also have benefits, because usually when there's a product release or pre-sales, Series 1 will get the first dibs, but Series 2 will be followed in the next pre-sale order. So basically, if you own these Series 2 NFTs, you'll be the next in line to be a part of that pre-sale, just as a heads up. So that's amazing. I love what Gary Vee is doing. Again, he's definitely one of the top 1% of founders that are delivering during a bear market, and he understands the supply and demand issue and understands that 1% of NFTs will succeed, but also 99% of those will fail. So I consider that he, in my personal opinion, is the top 1%. So let's talk about the next founder, and that is going to be Lucas Nets. Now, Lucas Nets is the founder of Pudgy Penguins. Now, he bought the collection of Pudgy Penguins for around $2.5 million. And no one was really sure what was going to happen after he acquired pretty much the IP of the whole different NFT collection of Pudgy Penguins. And recently they announced something huge, which is that they have their Pudgy Penguin toys distributed across 2,000 locations at Walmart here in the US. So that's absolutely huge. And again, what's great about this project is that each one of these toys has a barcode. And once you scan that barcode, it will allow you to have certain traits that are digital collectibles, digital assets, also known as NFTs. So a lot of people are very fearful in real life world. They don't like the word NFTs. So he calls it digital assets or digital collectibles. It makes people really garnered to this. And this is why it's attracting all ages. Both Gary Vee and Lucas Nets definitely garner to all ages in terms of their audience. And that's why I definitely think that Pudgy Penguins is up there. But not only that, they also partnered with Smith's distribution centers, or also known as toy stores, across all of the United Kingdom. So after Pudgy Penguins was listed on Amazon Prime, where you can literally buy your toys online, followed up with that was Walmart, and then followed up with that was Smith's toy stores. So they're continuing to dominate in the toy sector. They also have a metaverse / game that they have going out right now. So we're going to see how that goes. But really, this is a huge accomplishment to see that this top 1% of founders such as Luca and Pudgy Penguins has done something that we've never seen in this space before. And literally people are going to these stores, buying these toys, literally on the shelf, showing that right now there is no other competitor within the NFT space that's dominating in the toy sector, and people are absolutely in love with it. And also they have a YouTube channel where they're documenting the progress, because they're all about transparency. So they show you how they shoot their commercials. They also show you how basically their commercial process works, but they want to be transparent around how they develop their toys, how much they market it, and how they're trying to attract all consumers from all walks of life. And this is basically what they've done. And they continue to update everybody on this channel. So be sure to subscribe to them if you haven't already. Now let's go ahead and talk about their NFT collections, because again, this is the top 1%. Right now, this actual NFT collection is hovering around 5 Ethereum, which is actually quite expensive. But not too long ago, this was roughly around 3 Ethereum and higher. So again, this could be undervalued even at the very moment, but we will see. We haven't seen the NFT bull market yet. But this collection could possibly have some benefits. Personally, I don't know what those are, but I want to keep everybody updated. But if that's too expensive for you, then go ahead and look into the Pudgy Penguins. The little Pudgy Penguins are literally 0.4 Ethereum. It's a lot less expensive. a cheaper entry point in case you want to have garnered exposure to this. But again, they're very cute in my personal opinion. And who knows if the floor price will continue to dip for both of these collections. But nonetheless, if you buy one of these NFTs, you're getting exposure. And you possibly have access to their Discord roles and possibly connections to Luca himself. So this is why I definitely think that this collection is not going anywhere. So let's talk about the last NFT founder who I consider to be part of the top 1%, and that is Frank. Frank is the founder of DeGods and Y00ts. Now, what's great about Frank is that he's different from Gary, he's different from Luca, because this is a community based on just community. It's not really about developing toys or collectible cards. It's really based on solely an NFT collection. And it's basically, they create this thing called the points parlor, where basically, depending on how many points you have per NFT, which you can earn by staking for a long period of time, you can use your points to activate this points parlor and see if you want anything, if it's dust token, if it's a ledger, if it's a Tesla vehicle, if it's an NFT from either DeGods or Y00ts. It's really interesting, and they are basically one of the black sheeps of the NFT space, but also they came from Solana, an amazing origin story where they went from the smallest blockchain over to the largest blockchain. And so they've capitalized on that. Now that we're seeing Frank dominate in the community sector, right now we're seeing that he's actually reinventing over and over what this collection is. And the community loves that. They love his youthfulness, his creative ideas. They also love the team, which is D Labs. They're a bunch of young people who really strive on artwork, on community, developing in real life events, and they have the best in real life events in the world, in my opinion. Plus, their artwork is pretty phenomenal. And also, if you look at the recent announcement they've had regarding quote unquote the comeback, it's called Chapter 1, Reset, Unify, and Clarify. Basically, they're going to take Y00ts, migrate it over from Polygon, and migrate it over to Ethereum so that both DeGods and Y00ts are going to be on the same blockchain. And once that does happen, which is supposed to be this week, then the launch of something mysterious, which is kind of wiped out right here, that Bitcoin, DeGods, the dust token, DeGods on Ethereum, Y00ts on Ethereum, once this all merges together, then something big is going to happen. And we just don't know what that's going to be. So I want to share with everybody what those NFT collections are. So DeGods right now is hovering around 3.2 Ethereum, not bad of an entry point. This collection again has done a high floor price of around 9 to 10 Ethereum in the recent high, but after the season 3 artwork revealed, they had to revert back to going back to season 1, season 2, and kind of reinventing themselves, and that's why we've seen a price dip. But if this is too expensive for you, again, DeGods is one of the more popular collections again, and again, to me, consider the top 1%. You can get exposure to their next collection, which is Y00ts. Right now it's around 0.77 Ethereum, which is again a cheaper entry point. And as you can see here, right now, these characters, there's none other like it. It's not an animal, it's not an ape. I don't even know what this is, honestly, but it's very unique. It kind of reminds me of the Muppets or Sesame Street in that factor. So it's, again, a little bit more family friendly. And sooner or later, we're going to find out what the points are that you can earn from staking these NFTs, what they'll be used for in Points Parlor. And you can discover what those points are by just clicking on the NFT, and you'll see the points on the upper left-hand side. So with that said, let's go ahead and close off. Now you've seen what these top 1% NFTs and their founders look like. You're more informed now. I do think that right now we can consider that maybe 99% of NFT collections are kind of trying to find their foot in this whole NFT sector, trying to figure out, how to build their business. Because again, 99% of these NFTs are considered startups. So the 3 that I've shown you, to me, are the top 1% that literally are established business, established company, and they're very big in the sector. And they have a promising future if we happen to a next bull run. And all these founders, if you haven't noticed, they're all docs, which means that their identities are revealed and their names are fully transparent. And that's really important, right? If you don't know the founders of the NFT collections, then how do you trust that the community is going to back that actual NFT collection? Because again, we need to see transparency, but also we need to see these products and these NFT collections and their founders deliver something new all the time. What releases or creative ideas are they giving back to the community? And that's really something that everybody needs to put in their mind. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of the top 1% that I've selected. Is there an NFT collection or founder missing from this slate of amazing individuals and their collections? Well, I cannot wait to read them. And again, make sure to do your own diligence before investing in any of these different NFTs, because again, we have to understand that this is not financial advice, it's just my opinion. So do your own research before investing in all of this, and happy hunting. So with that said, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to join our Patreon page for all of our alpha calls and buy and sell orders, both NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Until then, I'll see you guys and girls next time.